What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Listen, I decided to go on here since I ain't got to go to work tomorrow, and I really don't. You know what it is? When I have to record on the days that I don't go to work, sometimes it just don't happen the way that I want it to happen because, bitch, I still be kind of tired because I be trying to get my rest in or whatever. But I was just like, girl, you got the camera up already. Let's go ahead and talk. Because it's just been a lot of mess. And literally, it's only Tuesday night. What time is it? It's 9:40 Tuesday, okay? And let's just get into it, right? What it is. So y'all probably gonna get this Wednesday morning, you know. But anyway, I hope everybody has had the best week is possible by now. I mean, it's only been a few days or whatever, but bitch, I just hope from the last time you saw me on What It Is, y'all have had some good things happen to y'all. Girl, it's been a mess for the celebs, okay? It's been a mess for the celebs, all right? But I'm good. That's all y'all need to know, girl. I'm good, okay? But let's just get up into this video. First of all, today is Tuesday. I don't know if it was yesterday. Most likely it was yesterday on a Monday, going up on a Tuesday. I think it was Monday. Girl, I woke up and I saw that Rihanna Fenty herself, Robin, she came out with her baby pictures, okay? And what I saw before I saw the actual baby pictures, I saw the TikTok, that she put of her little baby. Her little baby looked just like her brother and her daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh my God, them Fenty jeans are strong. He's such a cutie, okay? Cutie patootie. I'm getting auntie fever. I already told you guys that. So, of course, I was like, oh my God, look at those cheeks. You know? And so, at that point, I was like, this is nice. This is nice. She came out with the pictures, revealing the baby sooner than I thought because, honestly, I would not have been mad if she would have just said, fuck this, y'all ain't seeing my baby until he is about 10 years old. And truth be told, I feel like any celebrity that does that, they doing right. They doing right. Don't subjugate your kids to the bullshit of the internet world, okay, the social media world or whatever, because it's some evil people out here that'll literally tell you and be comparing kids and their looks and their features and all this stuff. That is disgusting. I just want y'all to know that. Okay. That's conversation that y'all have amongst yourselves in private. Put that in a fucking group chat. Don't bring that to social media because that is not it. I just want y'all to know. And even if y'all having that type of conversation, that's still not it. Okay. Why are we comparing kids? Truth be told, I was about to say something, but no, I'm on the positive road, so I'm not going to go there. But anyway, that ain't even the problem. I'm glad she did it the way that she did it on her time, because y'all know it was once a time where, and I think it's probably still is, but with the way social media is set up, I don't know. How much in demand is it for publications to get celebrities, like especially big celebrities, baby pictures or whatever, or wedding pictures and all that stuff first and get paid for it or whatever? Because they want to have the exclusive. I know, like, People Magazine still be doing that, but it's like, I would assume that in this day and age, given how social media is and how these celebrities can put their own stuff out there and get monetization on it, regardless of having a publication or a big person or whatever corporation behind them doing it, I would think that they don't get paid as much as they used to do. Because back in the day, bitch, back in the day, girl, some of y'all ain't lived through the paparazzi and the bullshit that went on back in the day. Okay, back in the day is when Britney Spears became Britney Spears and the reason why she the way that she is now. Okay, because the paparazzi and the magazines and all that shit, they did not play. Back then, they used to have fucking bidding wars for certain celebrities when they had kids, when they got married, when they was in this relationship, when they was doing this. When I tell you the bidding world wars was like millions plus. And I'm like, how the fuck y'all get money like that to get to these people like that? But bitch, it used to be on and popping back in the day. But, Rihanna put the video out on her TikTok. And then all of a sudden I seen that, I seen Jason Lee had trended. Now I said, why the fuck is Jason Lee trending? Y'all don't know Jason Lee. Y'all know Jason Lee. Hollywood Unlocked and all that stuff. And, the asshole from Loving Hip Hop, throwing drinks on women. All of that shit. Baby, when I tell you I looked at that shit and found out that according to him, Rihanna gave him the exclusive right to put the pictures out first. It was like 3 little pictures, 3 or 4 pictures. Cute. Whatever. Fine. I just said, Lord Jesus, and I literally tweeted this. I said, Jason Lee is never going to let up and not let us remember or forget that Rihanna gave them pictures to him first. I know how come that jumped off as much as it jumped off, but it jumped off. And my whole thing is this. The reason, because some people were saying, I don't understand why people, coming for him or feeling a type of way that he got the pictures or whatever. It's good that she gave it to a black media to the black media first, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, giving it to like the white media, whatever. And then when the white media get it, they just be putting their watermark. Because I guess at one point there was an issue about the watermarks. I honestly didn't see that because when I saw the pictures that I saw didn't have a watermark on it. So there's that. But at the same time, I was like, where I was coming from was the fact how Jason Lee does. Jason Lee does not let people, let go of the fact that, oh, I got this big scope on this. I got this big scoop on this or whatever. He's just that type of person. And if you don't know, apparently Jason and Rihanna got some type of, relationship, cordialship, or I don't even want to call it friendship. I'm going to call it a business relationship. And a lot of people in the comments also was just like, I'm just confused by that. I'm just confused by that. But if we want to talk about Rihanna has done some problematic things. She's more so supported some problematic people, okay, when it comes to certain things. I've noticed it. I just keep my mouth shut. Because that bitch gonna do what the fuck she gonna do, and it's already done. And it's like, at this point, you could tell a person, and people been telling, and they just like, girl, I don't understand. She was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, and I'm still gonna do it. I was like, all right. But, people was like, he's a black media. I said, yeah, that's fine or whatever, but I wish she could have probably gave it to somebody who is less problematic, and that's very hard to find. Because damn near everybody's problematic these days. You know what I'm saying? But has a very not so reputation in the industry and amongst the people. But at the end of the day, that's his exclusive and that's fine. It is what it is. And when I said that shit, bitch, next thing you know, he put out some tweets explaining exactly how it came to be that she gave him the pictures first. I said, see, baby, we ain't need to know no story. I understand you happy because, bitch, I'll be happy too, but I don't need to rub it in. And I ain't even going to say if it really was rubbing in, but that's how some people probably took it because, because we didn't ask for a backstory. Just put the pictures out or whatever and just move on. But I was just like, all right. That was just that, okay? That is actually probably the happiest and the most positive probably story that we got for today, okay? Because everything else is just bull. It's just really bullshit. Starting with this. Now, see, I said I wasn't finna be, and please don't expect me to come on here and just be talking, giving updates, unless it's something like really important or something that stuck out to me. I'm not finna come on here and give like day by day updates or whatever that's going on with this trial with Megan. It was a couple of people and they were dudes that got in their feelings because of the things that I said. I said what I said and it is what it is. Now, and I find that it's really funny how it's a lot of guys that all of a sudden don't like Megan and she never did anything and all of a sudden they're Team Tory. And again, I just want to understand, how did Tory Lanez become as big as not even as big, but all of a sudden get all this support that he's getting, but yet Where was y'all at when he had his mixtapes out? Where was y'all at when has he put out a first album, whatever? Because when I said that, you know, at this wouldn't benefit Megan because Megan was the bigger star than him. Somebody tried to say, well, no, she wasn't. Yes, the fuck she is, and yes, the fuck she was, because till this day, granted, she may not have sold a lot, but that bitch is still out there. And when I say sold a lot, I mean like the last album, whatever the fuck you want to call that shit, I listened to it once and I ain't been back to it. Okay, that's just what it is. All right. And, you know, I feel like that was a throwaway album that she was trying to throw away just to get off of that 1501 goddamn record label. And I don't even know if that shit counted towards that. But yeah, it wasn't her best. But on the lanes of superstardom or whatever, she is the bigger person, and she always has been the bigger person in this case, because my mama is, as she's not just music. She's in commercials. She's with the white folks. The white folks know her. She's crossed over, okay? And Tory is cool within a segment or a section of urban people, I would say. Black folks, Latinos, probably. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few white people here and there. But when it comes to the things that she's done, the accomplishments that she has, his career does not compare to that. Okay? So therefore, what I said is what I said. Fight your mama. And I just want to understand, like, y'all all supporting him now, but them streams and them numbers ain't saying the same thing. And I mean, it could be saying the same about Meg too, but I'm just saying all these newfound fucking Tory Lanez fans and shit, it's just really baffling because I didn't hear this much talking about him when he first came out or prior to this whole shit happening. I'm serious. And mind you, this is coming from someone who's saying this, who got onto the Tory Lanez train late. And I was just when this shit was about to pop off, I was actually trying to get into his music, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and say that the man is not talented. Now, when Megan told that man that his music sucked, music sucked, girl, I said, I mean, now which one are you talking about? Because it's been certain songs or whatever. I can't remember them now off the top of my head because I haven't listened to a Tory Lanez album or mixtape or whatever song. You know, I only know 2 songs really by heart. And that's Traded Off from the Chicks mixtape or whatever, the last mixtape that he put out that had Ashanti on the cover or whatever, and he had Ashanti on one of the songs. Traded Off, and also that Say It, the first song that he came out with. And the only reason why I liked that song was because it had that Brownstone sample, you know. And then what got me was, I remember looking at something where he said when he did the Say It song, he didn't even know who Brownstone was. I said, nigga, what? I said, oh, okay. Okay. That threw me for a second. I said, nigga, what? You didn't know who Brown... Oh, okay. 5 miles to empty. My mind is running low. I need you to fill me up. Okay. I heard it through the grapevine. You mean it's just fine. I don't know. I got the words a little mixed up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I said, you say it. I ain't even gonna lie. Bitch, that shit went. It went. I'm not gonna sit here and take that from that man. That shit fucking went, okay? But, you know, he didn't even know who that is, so he got half a point taken away from that. I said, nigga, what? And then, you know, this whole thing came out. Now, see, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna right off the back say a person is guilty of something. The only reason why I felt he guilty and I just jumped off his train was because of the way that he was responding to all of this. Because I honestly felt like, I understand that we want to defend ourselves when someone is accusing us of something, and it's just the way that he went about it. He went about it the most misogynistic ass, sexist ass, you know, trifling ass way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what turned me off from him. That really is what's hurt me off from him, because you didn't even give me a chance to have like a little bit of a reasonable doubt. To me, that just pushed it over to, yeah, you know, you doing all of this because you're trying to have something. And it just, in my mind, in my mind's eye, I ain't talking about Charles, I ain't talking about the public, I'm talking about for me, it was just making me seem like, yeah, you doing all this because you did something. You did something. So what she probably seeing is right. Now, what I just don't understand, and I hate when we have things like this, I hate the male identified women who want to hop on a train. And I'm not saying that just because you're a woman, you're supposed to automatically, you know, be on the woman's side, because they're not always right. They're not always telling the truth or whatever. But when the facts, so it was okay. I wasn't mad at people who had doubts or whatever prior to this case starting in court, you know, because it was a lot of stuff that was coming out. It was a lot of stuff that was like, is this real? Is this facts? What is going on? It was confusing. And to this day, it's still kind of confusing. So when certain things was just getting muddied and people was putting shit out and didn't even know what they was talking about or whatever, I was not mad too much to the point where I'm going to get pissed off at this person and I'm going to go back and forth with this person to be like, he did that shit. Why aren't you on her side? No, because that's your opinion and you have your right to, you know what I'm saying? But when, and my thing was wait until the case come through. That's what I was talking about. So now that we're here with the case and we find out that basically from where we left off at, they played Kelsey's deposition that she did in September. And the only reason why I feel like they did this was because she was up there all of a sudden having convenient amnesia as to what happened and making it seem like she was pressured to do things. And so when they went on ahead and played her tape deposition, they noticed that Mama was real comfortable. And that's literally what they said. Mama was real comfortable doing this deposition and she was just giving all the answers right off the bat. Yeah, Tory had the gun. Tory shot at her. Tory did this to me. He beat my ass. And, you know, the text message to Justin, the bodyguard, saying that help, Tory shot Meg and all that shit. And, he was supposed to come. Baby Justin ain't show up. I said, oh my God, they had put an APB out on him. I said, oh my God, not my baby Justin. Because I like Justin, okay? And I remember when all of this happened, bitch, Justin was going hard. Justin was pissed. And Justin was 100% on Megan's side. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he flipped. I feel as though, I think, you know, I seen in another video where somebody said B stands, Tiffany and Tanea, he's Tyga's bodyguard now, and I think Tyga is on tour or something. I don't know. So maybe he was over there working and that's how come he missed the court date or whatever, but he missed the court date. Truth be told, I don't know if he was the bodyguard that was up in the car, but whoever the fuck it was that was up in the car, that was, I think, Tory's bodyguard that was driving or whatever, he needs to be pulled on the stand as well. I don't know why they didn't use him as the first fucking defense witness. I don't know if they gonna do it next or whatever, and if they have, y'all put it down in the comments, because, you know, it is what it is. Also, they allowed her song, Kelsey's song, diss track that she used against Meg, because there was a line up in there saying, bitch, if I shot you, you would have actually, it would have been a murder. That's what they would have been talking about. I said, oh my God. I said, what did I remember when it came out, but I never listened to the shit. I never listened to the shit. And basically what it was saying was like, bitch, I'm not saying nothing because you left me out there to dry. You left me out here to fucking get, you know, talked about on the internet and shit. And you know that I ain't had nothing to do with this. I said, this is some mess. And I said, well, why she leave you out there to dry? Out there and then take her for you. And so this whole time, I was like, damn, because I thought they was thick as Steve, you know what I'm saying? Before all this shit happened, I actually liked them as friends. They both beautiful girls. Kelsey, bitch. Kelsey. I'll give you a compliment when compliment is needed. Okay? I'm still a woman who like women. And them titties was tittying, bitch. On that picture that they was using, I said, that baby did your body good. Okay, I just, Girl, moving on from that, I was like, see, damn, y'all could have wrecked shop. If y'all didn't let this shit happen, oh my God, they could have wrecked fucking shop. Bad bitches all over the place. I'm just like, damn, you know? But unfortunately, that's not what's happening. And, you know, they allowed that. Baby, I think at one point, I think the recent thing is that The judge is about to allow any songs or whatever that Tory has made that mention of the incident to be played or to be used as evidence or whatever in court. I said, oh my God, because you know he done spoke about it. Remember that little mixtape or whatever it was that came out and he was talking about the shit? I said, so we using lyrics now, huh? All right, all right. What else happened? And then it came out that Kelsey husband is like the one of the CEOs or one of the producers or whatever. He's down with 1501. Okay. And we already know that, Carl Crawford and 1501 Entertainment or whatever the fuck, they don't like Meg at this point because Meg left them. That's basically what it is. They're still in court at this moment. And so I said, how convenient. How convenient. All of a sudden we got amnesia. She forgot. It came out that Tory did offer to pay for her lawyer, and then she said she don't know if he paid. How the fuck if you don't know that he paid your lawyer? Who paid for your lawyer? Your husband or Tory? Which one? How come you don't know? And all of a sudden, the way that she got up there just lying and being dumb or whatever, conveniently, it just felt like they were working in cahoots. Because my thing is, they mentioned something about immunity, right? And it was almost as if the way Tory kept on putting it on her and trying to make it seem like she was the one who shot her. But it seems as though it's like, let me play dumb, let him say this, and then if they find me guilty, nothing's going to happen to me because I got immunity. I could have that wrong, but that's what I was thinking in my head because it just feel like they all working together to go against Megan, And it's like, it's so, like Rock said, she tweeted something. She said, it's something so sinister going on about this shit because who would have known that he had this type of influence that people scared of him like that and just won't come on out and say what it is or what is going on? Who is he affiliated with that's pulling the strings behind him? Because this is a mess, bitch. This is a fucking mess. And then you got, today you got, it was also came out that a juror was on the elevator, was seen being on the same elevator with Tory. I said, take that bitch off. I don't care if nothing was said. Y'all shouldn't cross paths like that. Replace her. Replace her. Replace her. Bitch, they said it is a snowstorm coming out here to Chicago Thursday afternoon. Why I couldn't come while I'm not have to go to work, bitch? I gotta go back to work Thursday and Friday, and then I'm off for the next 4 days. And I can't call off. Ain't that about a bitch? And I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna close us because we're a warming center. But anyway, I said, wow, replace the jury, replace the juror, replace her, replace her. Then they was waiting on EJ King to come up there to testify. Y'all remember him, the stylist. Now let me tell y'all this, and I've never really talked about him, and it really has nothing to do with this case, but I just don't like the way he moved in this case. What I'm saying about it, prior to this, I've always had like an uneasy feeling about EJ King. And y'all know he's the one that had the long flowy hair or whatever. He used to be her previous stylist, okay, when she was looking a mess. Honestly, she was looking a mess at one point. I feel like she's somewhat elevated with whoever it is that she's with now. I think at one point she was working with La Roche. So, there's that. But I did kind of like them together because they was like buddy-buddy. And it was more so buddy-buddy than it was like a client type of relationship. And I feel like we need to keep it as a business thing. And that's what Meg had her issues with because it was like almost everybody that came in to do or to work on her team was almost like, well, what we see, it was like a buddy-buddy relationship and it should have just been a client type of relationship, boss-client relationship. Because people get out their ways and then all of a sudden it's fuck you and I'm finna turn on you or whatever. And my whole thing is, he basically said when Megan is drunk or whatever, she's a different person. And I'm like, okay, a lot of us are. A lot of us are more animated. A lot of us get a little rowdy or whatever. So, fine. But, he said, I gave my truth. That's your truth. That's your truth. I have no problem with that. But something about the way he's moved throughout the industry, he gives me like, I go and try to latch myself onto whoever is big at the moment. and he just never sat right with me. Like something was a little off. And then after seeing what he did after the testimony, like I ain't had no problem with him testifying and saying his truth, saying what he knew, whatever. But it was after, you're giving interviews and shit to bloggers and acting like this is your thing or whatever. You're posting the pictures and the sketches of you and on your Instagram that people are tagging you in, and you're posting all about you being there and your face being out there in the public or whatever. And it's given very much, I'm seeking attention. Like I would not, honestly, and some people may not find that a problem, but to me it just seems funny because it just seems iffy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not the time to take your moment and to get a little recognition of whatever. I wouldn't be proud to have to go to a court house. I'm not finna post the pictures. I'm not finna post an interview and keep on talking about it or whatever. No, I'm finna do what I gotta do and move the fuck on, because this is not finna be associated with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Something about that just did not sit well with me, and I just said, it just felt whack. It just felt whack as fuck. But he said what he said, and then Tory's fucking defense star witness came in. It was the neighbor or the person that was in the neighborhood, the house, that was the witness that saw and heard some of the stuff that was going on. And baby, when I tell you, I'm sitting here like, they can't talk to the witness or nothing like that. I don't know how that goes. They can't prep them or nothing, because when I tell you, that witness that was supposed to be the defense witness kind of helped the prosecution a little bit. And I don't think that they was expecting it, because from what they said, he said he heard the situation go down. And I'm paraphrasing, I might skip some stuff. Y'all can fill in the blank, but y'all can actually get these tweets that has everything that was said from the official reporters, the people that has the fucking real blue check on their accounts, and they've been out there each day, and they're giving non-biased reporting. They're not giving their feelings, they're just saying what happened. They're just giving point by point by point. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is what said, this is what was said. And that's what I've been getting my stuff from. Not the shade room or nothing, not all that with that, because it's one particular person that they keep putting up there, and he's so fucking biased towards the case, and it's just like, I don't need that. I need a non-biased person. But they get up there, baby, that man said, I heard the gunshots. I saw the flashes. Okay, I saw flashes that look like fireworks. At one point he said, "Bitch, them motherfuckers was out there fighting. Them motherfuckers jumped Megan. Bitch," they said, one person got out that car, the next person got out that car. The little guy kept on calling Tory the little guy. The little guy got out the car. He joined into fighting, and then the bodyguard get out. All them motherfuckers was beating up on Megan's ass, and I feel like this was probably right before or right, I don't know if it was before or after they shot her, but he said he saw, I think it was before, because then they said he saw, or I said he said he saw some flashes. He said he don't know who did what or something like that, but he know that, let me get this shit right. He saw the flashes. He saw Kelsey with the gun or whatever. He said she shot at least one shot, and then Tory had the gun, and he shot at least 4 or 5 shots. I said, what the fuck? Y'all was taking turns, bitch? I said, was the nigga shooting up in the air, or was he trying to, what was going on? Either fucking way, it just felt, and even the witness said, the way that they was going about it, it was like they was about to kill that bitch and throw her ass in the fucking river. I said, what? What in The Sopranos is going on? I said, oh my goodness. So y'all was trying to unalive her? Is that what it was going for? Because y'all was beating her ass, and then y'all threw her up in the car when y'all heard the fucking cops coming. This is all according to the witness. He said, both of them motherfuckers is in on it. That's basically what I got out of it. He said, 4 or 5 shots. Mind you, they said it was like 5 shots that was fired. And he saw Kelsey do one, and then at least 1 or 2 or whatever. And then, what's that man? Tory. I said, this is not good. This is not good. Mind you, this is defense witness. I said, oh my goodness, this is a mess. This is a mess, okay? Meanwhile, you got the niggas in the so this is all fact that is proven that yes, she was shot, not shot at. And I know it's probably gonna be one particular person still, Mr. Polo. Yeah, you know, I just feel like niggas really got a hard on and really has it out for this woman, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand because, and I'm saying here like, what I'm saying like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand the actual hate because the hate that's coming is very much rooted in misogyny because this woman, especially from regular folks like us, what exactly did Megan or Tory or do to us? They didn't do nothing. Okay? And I get why we, you know, the people that dislike Tory because you did harm to a woman allegedly, you did harm to another person. I don't even care if it was man. If he did that shit, I just wouldn't agree with that stuff because there's no reason. And you know, somebody was just trying to, oh, why she never said about the fight? It don't fucking matter. And when I say stuff don't matter, what I'm saying about that is it's not gonna take away or justify the reason for her to get shot. She wasn't shot at, she was shot. The bullet fragments was in her foot. The medical records show that. It was said in court, you know, it's who did this or whatever. And at this point in time, I just want to say, give both Kesley and goddamn Tory some time. There you go, okay? Because everybody got something to do with the shit. And, you know, the misogyny that's going on, especially in this industry, it's just like, it's just really fucked up. It's just really fucked up. And this is why I just never want to be famous because it's like people that you thought would have your back and people that you would think would step up don't step up. They sit there and quiet or probably say something in private while you getting beat down in public. And that's exactly what's been going on with Megan. Not too many men have come out and that's in the industry and at least try to publicly reprimand Tory or say what he did was wrong or whatever, you know, if he did it and all that stuff. Nobody's come out and said, you know, not too many men came out and said, you know, they're here for Megan. And then you got people like Joe Budden who goes onto his platform, his podcast, putting out there that he can't stand her just because allegedly, according to him, she did some messed up things to some good people that he know. How do we know that the people that you know didn't do something to her first? How do we know that they're telling the truth? And even if they are, what they got to do with you? And why do you feel the need at this point in time, while this trial is going on, when you see this woman is getting all this hate for what from niggas and everybody else, why did you feel the need to put that out there? What does that got to do with this? You could have kept that to yourself. Mind you, at one point you did like her because you did interview her and you was all up her ass. What, she didn't give you no ass, so now all of a sudden you don't like her? Same thing with Drake. He was once cool with her, but then all of a sudden this happened, and then you want to put that lyrics up in your fucking songs and stuff. And then you got this motherfucker who's, at least I could say he's goddamn consistent. 50 Cent putting up that goddamn picture, laughing at it. And then today, this morning, Lil Duval. I'm like, nigga, your ass was shot. You should know. You know what I'm saying? And then Lil Duval, he up there putting up the scene from Harlem Nights when, you know, Della Reese and Eddie got into it and you shot my pinky toe and all that stuff. And I'm like, you're laughing at this? So it's funny for women to get, it's really never been about protect black women. That was just a front. And it's never been about protect women. We could take the black off of it. It's never been about protect women because when women get into it, we're not protecting them, especially black women. We're making fun, you know what I'm saying? We're bringing up their personal stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on and the fact that an extreme violent act was caused against them, you know what I'm saying? And it's really sickening. And I just really hate how this industry works because it is male dominated, it is misogynistic, it is very sexist, it is. And I just boil it down to the niggas that's find this shit funny and don't give a fuck about it is because 9 out of 10 they beat the women that they with. I'm like, Joe Budden, you used to beat on women. You beat the fucking baby. You beat a woman so much that she lost her baby. But yeah, you up here, nigga, 50 Cent, you don't even, girl, it's just disgusting. But I'm not finna let it blow up my guts. But hey, it is what it is. Meanwhile, bitch, I talked about this a little bit too fucking much. It was interesting. It's getting interesting, you know, and I still say my stance, you know. She was shot, and Tory and Kelsey had something to fuck to do with that shit. And I just say put them hoes both in jail. Moving on from that, Bow Wow and the Brat and JD. Baby, what's going on? So JD had did a little interview, and he basically was talking about the formation and the creation of 106 & Park. And he basically said he created 106 & Park for Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? To get him out there or whatever the fuck it was. But it was his creation for Bow Wow, for the benefit of Bow Wow. Because y'all know, if you was back then, 106 & Park was that girl, and Bow Wow was Mr. 106 & Park because he always had a number one, one of the longest streaks on 106 & Park and being number one. He was just that nigga back in the day. He really was. I mean, he corny as shit now, but he really was that nigga back in the day, right? And so at this point, when that video came out, baby, Bow Wow said, how you gonna fucking say that you created something? You ain't create nothing. You can't do stuff and not give the people credit. How you gonna take all the credit for yourself? The people at BET created this. Stephen Hill had a part in this. This person did this. This person. I mean, he was naming names. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And I was caught off guard every time Bow Wow and JD get into it, which is like every 3 to 6 months. It's more so Bow Wow coming at JD. And I'm just like, I thought y'all was cool. And when I looked at Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, it was just like, I just never realized that they really wasn't like close like that. Or he didn't really fuck with JD like that. And I'm just like, why? Why? It just didn't make sense. Next thing you know, here comes the Brat. When I tell you, if the Brat gonna do something, the Brat is gonna defend her people. That is what she gonna do. Y'all remember when Kelly Price allegedly went missing when she had the vid? And then that whole shit with Nikki Gilbert coming out talking about some she was missing and all this shit happened or whatever. And then the Brat got on her baby's her wife's live and went the fuck off on Nikki Gilbert and then called her 5 miles to Messy. Bitch, Brat came with the same energy, but she typed it up on the Instagram post. Basically told the little nigga like he's being disrespectful and he rude as shit coming at JD the way that he coming at him. And you know, tired of your disrespect, and you know where I live at, I know where you live at or whatever, roll up, pull up if you want to and all this shit. It was just a lot of energy just from Bow Wow saying and trying to, in his way or in his mind, what he thought he was doing was correcting JD. No, you did not create this. You probably had the idea, but you didn't create this. Stephen Hill and them did. And Stephen Hill kind of leaned towards Bow Wow's side because he did say something. I was just like, why are you and your parents going at it? Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, the Brat was like his industry mom or industry big sis. And you know, JD was like his daddy, his industry daddy. And I'm just sitting here like, I just hate when y'all make y'all shit public like this, because it catches me off guard because, bitch, we sitting here thinking that y'all okay. And then this random shit comes out and I'm just like, pick up the fucking phone, okay? And I don't think JD has came out and said any response to it. And I feel like JD is telling part of the truth. He probably just, you know, said it in a different way. But I do believe that he probably telling some of the truth, you know. And I feel like Bow Wow probably told the other part of the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it was needed for the Brat to step in. I really don't, okay? JD handle it the way that he needs to handle it. And I've never seen JD, and if he has, y'all can let me know. But to my own personal experience, I never seen JD like fly off the handle on social media. You know what I'm saying? He's never given that energy. And I just wish this would have stayed between him and Bow Wow. And honestly, I wish Bow Wow could have just called him up and be like, okay, no, that ain't it. But Because it don't make anybody look good. The only person that come out unscathed really is kind of JD, because he didn't feed into it. And if he did, I didn't see it because they ain't posted. So, hey, y'all tell me y'all take on that. Bow Wow's always beefing with somebody. And then this whole thing with Romeo and his daddy. I said, bitch, now tell me I was fucking blown away by that. Granted, I don't be checking for Romeo and Master P like that these days, but the Romeo and the Master P that I grew up with, little Romeo, how you listen? They was always like this. That's how I thought of him. You know what I'm saying? From when he first came out with his first song to when he was on Growing Up Hip Hop, you know, they were like thick as thieves, you know what I'm saying? And I was just really confused when this happened. I was not confused. I was shocked because, again, I feel like Master P said some things, and I know it was like, it's people that agree with Master P. You got that nigga Charleston White that's like, you know, coming at Romeo and basically saying, because Master P said it's basically about money. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, honestly, that could be a reason, but I'm pretty sure that he is hurt, and a lot of the things that he is saying is actually real, because a lot of people have gone through the same things. You know what I'm saying? People putting on fronts and making it seem like things are one way when actuality is not, you know. And according to Romeo, like, he got pissed off because when Master P responded, or, you know, mentioned the whole situation about Twitch death and mental health, Romeo got upset, like, how do you care about mental health now, but you didn't give a damn when your daughter was going through what she was going through, and all of this shit that happened, you know, after she died, and the family meeting that we had to pull and come together and have all this stuff. And he just started spilling all their tea. Basically, that Master P is all about image. He does things on social media, so that's the reason why he brought it to social media, because he don't like to do shit in private. And that's the only way he can reach him. And I said, so you trying to publicly shame your dad into talking to you. That's what it felt like, all right? But at the same time, I get it. I get both sides a little bit. But Master P, because when Romeo said, Mama was right. You all for yourself. You're selfish. And I'm just sitting here like, because when Romeo was putting out his grievances and, you know, trying to say what he had to say, he basically came out and was like, okay, and like, you need to grow the fuck up. I was like, oh, so you're not going to acknowledge some of the stuff that he's saying. And then came in about how, you know, he never touched his money when he was in his career as Little Romeo. He never, whatever money that he made, it went to Master P to pay off his IRS debt. Everybody is living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody has money to even go to college or whatever. I said, but you went to USC and I said you couldn't even finish ICDC college. They ain't put that in your little contract that you can at least take a class there and they'll give it to you for free. Girl, I said, what the fuck is going on? And I guess because he brought that part up, that's when people start, I guess that's why people start saying, oh, this is about money, and even Master P. But, you know, and some people are like, well, you're 30-something years old, so you need to find a way to make a way for yourself. And that is true. But I truly don't feel like it's all about money. And even if it is, that shit, that money that he made throughout his career is not Master P's money. It's Lil Romeo's money. The Rap Snacks, he said he never got a dime off of that. He's just now getting something because he spoke up about it. Master P don't even own Rap Snacks. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, wow. It was just a lot that was coming to the light. And I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him because all of them are still in the process of grieving, because their daughter, their sister, she just passed away recently, you know. And to put all of this on display, it's just like, I wish we didn't have to go through this. I wish we didn't have to be privy to this type of, you know, family dysfunction, mostly because I just had no idea, and it was just getting a little ugly, because I don't like when people, like the parents, say basically, I set you up to do this and I do this, and I set you up to do that. And that basically should excuse some of the other things that what the child is going through or what they've experienced with you. You may not feel like this was going on, but that is their experience with what was going on. And at one point, I just didn't feel like Master P was listening. You know what I'm saying? And he just don't get it. Yeah, you could say it's about the money. He need to grow up. He 30 something years old. You got a child. Make your way or whatever. Fine, but also you just have to put yourself in these child stars, shoes, because you can't tell me they had all of them had happy childhoods, and we already know that they don't. Being worked all the time, being used to take care of the family financially, putting on fronts and stuff. Ain't no telling of the abuse or the trauma, whatever that probably was going on in the industry field that they were in to them, or even in the behind the scenes at their own home. So I do not feel like Romeo is lying about the things that he was saying. I feel like Master P knows it, and he's just trying to save face a little bit. And I do understand how people may feel like it's coming off disrespectful to Master P because they feel as though Master P set him up to become something real successful, to get money, to do all this stuff. But just because you set a person up to do that does not mean that you cannot address the traumas that you probably had or the issues that you probably had. You know what I'm saying? It's all a mess, and honestly, I don't want to hear no more. I want y'all to go to therapy. I want y'all to get on the fucking phone and talk to each other. I want y'all to go see each other face to face and get us out the fucking group chat, because you don't need, or you shouldn't want, public opinion on this. You should not. You should not. But moving on from that, then this whole situation with Tamar. Let me just say this. Tamar is a lot. And this is coming from somebody who used to be cool with her on that level. And there was a one point where I will say this. When Tamar used to get into a lot of things back in the day, a lot of stuff could have been avoided had she just been quiet. Or had she just ignored it. Because there were some times that we had our little conversations or whatever, and she talked about certain things or whatever, and I just said, just ignore it. Just ignore it, it'll go away. But sometimes she wouldn't do that. And I get it that, things happen and you just want to defend yourself. I understand. But, sometimes we don't have to respond to everything. And then there are times like this that I feel like I don't understand. Why would you want this type of attention brought upon you when you didn't have this negative attention on you for a while now? You know what I'm saying? You were doing good, doing your shows. You was on a couple of TV shows, I guess. I didn't watch because I didn't know. I didn't even know that the Surreal Life. I knew it was coming, but I did not know that it had came on up until that August Alsina shit. I said, oh. I think I might go back and watch it or whatever and see what it's about. I saw the clip where, Dennis Rodman said what he said to her. That was foul. That shit was foul as fuck. But yeah, she was doing good. You know what I'm saying? Out here just collecting gays like she always do with Tevin Campbell. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. Girl, she would collect the gays like Pokemon cards, okay? But at the same time, she was literally fine. Like, there was really no controversy behind her or anything for a moment. And if there was, I must have missed it, okay? But it got, a couple of days ago, she posted on her Instagram story about how she got into it with one of the Peaches, and one of the Peaches' husbands said something to her. And when we talk about Peaches, we know that it's Atlanta and it's a real Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We know what that is, the Peach, okay? And so he was like, ain't nobody talking about it. And I would have thought somebody would have put it out there, but you know why and all this stuff, woo, woo, woo. And I was just like, let me find exactly what was said. Anyway, when I find it, I'll let you know. But basically, that ain't it. She put up in there basically that she got into it with somebody, and then somebody's husband came at her, and it was wrong as shit, and ain't nobody saying nothing or whatever. And my whole thing is, okay, you're not naming names, and at one point I thought it was Candy. That's why I'm going with. I said I thought it was Candy or whatever, cause that's why I said, you know, Tamar versus Candy, because they always had some type of issue, even if they claim to be okay, you know. And so when that happened, I was like, all right, it had to be Candy or whatever. But then she was like, huh, the husband is a city official. Oh, they not gonna say nothing because they city officials and all that stuff. And I'm like, the only other person that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta who husband was a city, or who somebody was a city official, was Eva and her husband. Her husband was a city councilman or something like that. And so I'm like, what is it? What is it? Like, what's really going on? Um, and I just hate when people put stuff out like that. And she said, I got a story. Y'all want to hear about it? I was threatened by a peach and they man. First of all, it's there. I feel as if, I feel like if I did what they did, they would have told the world. But because they don't want y'all to know how fucked up they are as people and city officials, they ain't said shit. Illiterate as fuck. It's beef, and it's real beef, because your husband stepped to me, period. Merry Christmas. I don't like when people talk in codes like that. And if you're not going to call somebody out and direct it, then don't put it out. Because at that point in time, when you do shit like that, that subliminal shit, that subtweeting shit, and that, oh, you're going to have to figure out who I'm talking about shit, you're doing that in my mind because you want some attention. You want some attention at that point that you're not getting. And I don't like, what? Either put a name on it, address it, or don't say nothing at all. And truth be told, you could have kept that to yourself. And honestly, I don't even know, you know, it came out. And the only reason why I'm saying Candy was because I've seen other reports saying that they had got into it at a show that Sunday night or something like that, or whatever that happened. I don't know. And it was just that Sunday or Saturday night, whenever this was posted, right before this was posted, they had got into it or something like that. And I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, like, was it... And it don't even go for just celebrities. It's for everybody. Don't subliminal push shit out there to have people guess about who you're talking about. If you're not going to at them, if you're not going to say their name, then don't put it out there, because at that point in time, you just want people to come up into your tweets and come up into your thing and be like, who you talking about, girl? What happened? What happened? What happened? Because you know how nosy people are. So now people are about to go run and take their own narrative and all this stuff. Now they're about to be judging you because of the way that you put it out there, or the reason why you put it out there, why you didn't say nothing, why you couldn't do this, why you couldn't do that. And it's not needed. It is not needed, especially when you was doing good. Like, nobody was saying shit negatively about you or whatever. People been praising your voice and everything. And if it is something going on, handle that in private. We don't need to know. We don't need, because honestly, we don't care. What we've been knowing and wanting to know is, bitch, when you putting out the next album? That's it. We just want music from you. We don't care about beef. We don't. We went through that for a whole couple of years or so, and it got tired real quick. We're old now. And I'm talking about all of us. We're older now. So we need to grow up. We need to grow up. There's comes a point in time we need to grow the fuck up. Okay? Nick Cannon said that, you know, he feel guilty for having all these damn kids because he can't spend time with them motherfuckers like he need to. Ain't that what we've been saying? You know, for the ones that's talking about oh, it's okay that he have all these kids because he can financially take care of them. Okay, and Okay, and money is not the same thing as emotional support and physical support. You know, money is not love, all right? Money is not the end all be all to a lot of situations, okay? Money is not parenting. Anybody can give you money to take care of your child. That does not make them the parent. That does not mean that they love your child. You know what I'm saying? You have multiple baby mothers and even twice as many kids, and you're spreading yourself thin. You're spreading yourself thin, trying to go to this household, that household, this household, that household, to make sure that they know at least that you exist, but not to spend as much quality time as you could if they were all in the same household. Now, I would not have a problem. I would still be like, why would you have so many kids in one household? Because I still would feel like you're not giving them as much attention as you might be able to. But I would feel like that if it was by somebody that, I guess, one particular woman, and y'all was all living in the same household, at least they still would be able to see you, and you can probably give them a little bit more time and attention than you probably are now, because you're literally traveling, you're working, and you literally have to go from house to house to house and set out time where you can spend time. It's complicated. It's too much. It's too much, okay? But yeah, hindsight is 2020. Get that vasectomy, bruh. Baby, they done found Harvey Weinstein guilty on sexual assault and the R word in Los Angeles. Bitch, I thought he was unalive already. I'm sorry, I did. Throw his ass back up in jail, okay? Basically, he's not getting out of jail. And you want to know who else is always in some shit these days? Trey Songz turned himself in to the little response to somebody basically saying that he beat their ass, okay? And this came out a couple of months ago, like, what was it? A New York woman a couple of months ago claimed that he attacked her in late October while at a public bowling alley. She filed a police report and said that he continually and repeatedly punched her in the face, dragged her by her hair, and she said she was taken to the hospital for minor, albeit visible injuries. And then another unidentified man came out and said that he hit his ass too. I said, you know what, Trey? At one point, you're gonna get tired. Okay, you should be tired that your reputation and your career has come down to people associating you with assault, R wording, and all this stuff in court cases. No one is talking about your music like that. No one is even asking when is the next Trey Songz album or single coming out. No one is even asking about your son. Like, oh my God, I wonder how he's doing and how he looking. He's such a good. No one's doing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because all the news, every time we hear your name, is about you in a court case causing harm to somebody else, allegedly. Get your shit together. Like, for real. It's about time. It's about time, because all of this is having a negative impact on yourself, okay, and on your career. Glorilla, another big thing, and it's been a debate for the past couple of days or so. Glorilla came out and basically said she needed an assistant or whatever to, an assistant that she was going to pay $550 a week. And people have literally been debating about the fact, going back and forth, saying there's nothing wrong with that amount or that's a low amount. And for the people that thinks that you can really survive off of $550 a week, that's only $1,100 every 2 weeks. That's $2,200 a month. And that's before taxes. You can't pay your bills with that. Not the way that this economy is going, And she trying to defend it and trying to say people, would rather work 9 to 5 and all that stuff. Well, some people that chose to do a 9 to 5 get paid way more than that a week or 2 weeks, okay? And they have to do that plus other things to survive. And then the excuse that others was giving, which was making me really like side eyeing, was like, so why would you give that up? You know, it's not always about the money. What about the perks coming working with a celebrity and all this stuff, whatever? First of all, this is basically, I ain't gonna say child labor, but forced fucking labor, bitch. Okay? This is underneath the fucking minimum wage if you ask me. I ain't finna do the math, but it just don't seem right. Okay? I could spend $550 in a day. Actually, I can spend it in an hour. Actually, I can spend it in a few minutes. And that's just to take care of minor things. That ain't even got nothing to do with the bills. That ain't even got nothing to do with the rent. That's, bitch, that's probably 2 bills and maybe if you got a car, put some gas up in your tank and probably get you a snack or whatever, you know, just so you can be able to get to work. And then people like, well, you'll get the perks of this and getting connections in the industry. Okay, that's fine, but that don't happen. See, y'all live in this fantasy world that you think, you know, being this person's assistant and getting paid this low pay, like you don't know your worth. I know you probably at the bottom of the totem pole of being an assistant and all that shit, but bitch, you not gonna fucking play me. I know what the fuck I'm worth. I know I'm just an assistant, but baby, you can give me a little bit more. If I'm finna be going around doing all this shit that you could do for yourself and be subjected to you probably hollering at me and making me do unnecessary shit, you can give me paid a little bit more. I don't give a fuck if you paying for plane tickets and hotel stays and all that shit. I still got to be able to provide for myself and pay my bills when I go back home and we not on the road. You know, you're not finna let me room and board in your house. So, like, come on. Come on. Because somebody was literally trying to, like, they were so adamant. You won't even need to, pay this or whatever because you're gonna be always on the road. No, you're not always on the road. Okay, there are gonna be times where you're not gonna be on the road. All right, and so when you're not on the road, where are you gonna stay? Where are you gonna stay? Where are you gonna buy a decent apartment that is that low in rent these days in this economy? No. Fuck a perk. Yeah, a perk would be good, you know, but I don't see no celebrities just out here talking to PA assistants. And I mean, some of them probably do, but you could probably get a little hookup or whatever, but that hookup ain't going to automatically go into something or, you know, blow up into something, blossom into something. You know what I'm saying? You still got to work that and you still got to work and you still got to be able to provide for yourself. So no, that 550, it's just not. And especially, you know, you're not finna get no purse with somebody that's young like that. Like, she's very fresh into the industry, you know. Yeah, it's cheap labor. That's what it is. Get one of your friends to do it. Get one of your friends to do it. That's all I could say about that shit. But you ain't finna pay me no $550. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you fucking Beyonce. You're not gonna pay me no $5. And bitch, I know damn well you ain't finna pay me no $550. Now, girl, you can pay me at least $1,500 a week. You can afford to pay me $1,500 a week, and that's being low. Okay, I'm being real generous with that bitch. Okay, you can pay me a lot a week. $550, girl, I beat your ass. The fuck? No, give me an autograph and I just go. Cause we ain't finna do this. I'll probably no, $550, girl. My phone bill, baby, I can for $550 I could pay phone bill and my DirecTV bill. And then have enough to probably get to work and probably buy me some lunch for a couple of days. Mind you, you still got other bills to pay, plus rent. You're gonna be asked out. Anyway, moving on from that. Did y'all watch Call Me Miss Cleo on HBO Max? If you got that, I need y'all to watch it. It's like an hour and a half, okay? And if you don't know what Call Me Miss Cleo is, baby, it's about Miss Cleo and the Psychic Network, okay? Call me now. You know, girl, it was very interesting because as I get older, when I was younger, I thought that she was actually a Jamaican woman or a woman from the islands or whatever. And when I got older and I was listening to this whole thing and I'm listening, I was like, you can clearly tell that that's a fake ass accent. And then they had somebody who was actually Jamaican who said, yeah, in my circle, we knew that shit was a fake ass accent. And the fact that she kept her life such a mystery, so wild to me. Okay, so wild to me. And she knew exactly who to be around to fool. And it was just really interesting, but kind of not, because like I said, she knew who to be around to actually fool with that fucking accent and with the lives that she was trying to tell about her life. She ain't had nothing but white friends. And if she had black friends, none of them were in this documentary. None of them were in this documentary. They were all white and they were eating up her shit. And that was the main thing that I found really interesting about this whole thing, because they was defending her to the bone. They were defending her to the bone. Meanwhile, every black person that was watching this shit on Twitter, we was like, girl, y'all can't see through this shit. I said, oh my goodness, we just didn't get to, I just really, really wish we could have known who she truly was before she passed away. You know, I wish she probably would have written some things down that was her actual truth and not made up stuff, you know. But like I said, it's on HBO Max and it's called Call Me Miss Cleo. Bitch, go ahead and watch the shit on HBO Max, because the way HBO Max is doing with this goddamn merger with Discovery Plus, girl, they getting rid of goddamn everything. I mean, it's one thing to cancel shows or whatever, but they taking them off. So if you ain't watched something that got canceled, girl, you better hurry up and watch that shit before they snatch that bitch off. I feel like that's kind of fucked up, but hey, you know, that's just how Hollywood is. Allegedly, R. Kelly is a pappy again. So that girl, Jocelyn Savage, the only one that's still there for right now, she just gave birth to a baby. She claims that it was R. Kelly's. And I'm just really confused. Now, I understand that they went through IVF treatment, so if she was going through IVF treatment, because then somebody else that was in connection with him or whatever came out and said that she was lying and that the baby was not his and she was not pregnant by him. So I don't know who to believe, but it's all crazy. I'm like, was y'all fucking in the maintenance closet behind the guard's back, something like that? Give it very much Andrea and Lamar from Love After Lockup. How they doing? I really want to know. Are they still together? But you know, I didn't know probably like conjugal visits, but I thought conjugal visits was only if you married. I don't know what the rules are for different prisons or whatever. They froze his sperm during the IVF treatment too. When they froze your eggs, like, what the fuck? I don't think that's his baby. I don't think that's his baby. I really don't. I really don't. But yeah, there's that. Moving on from that, y'all remember that bishop, that fake ass bishop, Lamar Whitehead or whatever the fuck you want to call it, who got robbed doing his live stream of his church, and they stole like $1 million worth of jewelry and shit, which a lot of people feel like was fake, like it was set up or whatever. And, you know, Larry Reed was one of the main people that was on his ass about the whole thing and calling him out for it, you know, because they call him the bling bling flashy bishop because he's very materialistic. He doesn't have a humble bone in his body. And what I mean by humble is you are literally flashing the so-called wealth that you have to a congregation of people that literally probably living in poverty. Most likely living paycheck to paycheck, and you coming in with fake ass Gucci and Fendi shit on head to toe, all this jewelry that's probably fake too, and you mean to tell me you preaching a word and you're not flashing your shit? I understand getting stuff or whatever, but you can probably wear that shit outside of the church. But when you come to church, why don't you just put on a regular suit and so that certain people won't feel away? Because I see some shit like that and I would never want to step foot back up in your shit, because no, I can see right here, right now, that something about this ain't right. Why are you coming in looking like this? I would never take any goddamn religious counsel from somebody with a goddamn Gucci shirt, suit on. They got the Gucci logo. I said that don't even look real. I ain't know Gucci made shit like that. I ain't never seen no shit like that. The shit look fake as fuck, okay? And I'm just like, I would never do no shit like that. I would never partake in somebody's church or whatever when they put that shit out there like that. It just seems fraudy. And so basically, he got arrested by the FBI. What he get arrested for? Federal agents arrested him Monday and charged him with fraud, extortion, and lying to the FBI. Mind you, and he did it the wrong way. Somebody was like, I was on one of these blast comments, and I was like, you know what? After the way he just kept on putting himself out there after this so-called robbery happened, he just kept on going on live. He kept on arguing with people. He was being rude. He was being disrespectful. Plus, I think at one point, he was already in prison at one point, you know? And you just kept yourself out there instead of keeping yourself low key after what happened. You just kept putting yourself out there, keep making yourself a target or whatever. And somebody was like, well, they didn't arrest or whatever, say anything about Brett Favre and the whole welfare scam or whatever that he was doing down there in Mississippi and everything, taking the money out the welfare. And I said, you know exactly why. Because it was like, well, why didn't they do this? First of all, they have not charged him with anything. That's one. Two, we need to stop asking those questions as black folks when other black folks get into trouble. Why they didn't do this to this white person or whatever? Because one, they're white. Two, 9 out of 10, they haven't charged them with anything yet. Three, it's a fucking status thing, most likely. Four, if they haven't charged them or said anything about them now, they're probably building a case and about to eventually, but they're building a case. That's an option as well. Also, a motherfucker like him, he kept his shit on display. He was doing his shit out in the open, and it was saying, come get me, basically. Mind you, you already had a prison background. So, like, you made yourself a fucking target. And it's just like stealing money from the goddamn parish for your congregation, convincing them to invest in some early retirement savings with him, you know, but taking the money or whatever and all this stuff. He was just doing a lot of fraudulent things that they said, you know, and he needs to go to jail for it. He needs to go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of the people. And that's what we see when you see some of these crooked pastors. They think that being in the church or whatever, that's a good scheme. That's a good scheme to, you know, get all these people and their money away from them or whatever, and they can't be touched. So they'll go there sometimes. And not all of them. Some of them, okay? They really will use the church for their advantage. And that's why I don't deal with it. I don't deal with it. And talk about schemes and stuff. Jen Shah, I don't know if y'all watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They just filmed their reunion for season 3, and at one point she wasn't invited, then she was invited, but then she turned down the invitation. And I think there's a clause that if you don't show up to the reunion, basically you're forfeiting your spot on the show. I don't know how true that is, but she said she not coming on there because she can't talk about shit in the case. Girl, get the fuck up out of here. Now, if she not coming back on the show, they might as well just cancel that show, because to be quite honest, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is not giving what they thought it was going to give, and it's in the 3rd season, and it's quite boring. It's quite boring. And, Jen Shah, I just want you to take the fucking, take whatever you get. Because all of this trying to get 3 years after you done did and admitted and actually wrote what you did and what you participated in, you took accountability for that part, but you really think that you just gonna get 3 years for the shit that you did? I would be surprised if you get the 3 years. You know, having people write letters on your behalf or whatever, I don't like that, because you did the shit. I don't care how much of a good citizen your people want to say that you did, but you wasn't good enough when you was out here taking advantage of elderly people too. Like, come on. One thing I don't fuck with is with people who fuck with kids and fuck with the elderly. And you did that. You fuck with the elderly. Okay? And so therefore, you're no different from anybody else. Take your licking. That's what it is, you know? Moving on from that. Amir Stoudemire, is it Stoudemire? Stoudemire. Bitch, the former Knicks basketball star. He literally just graduated from the University of Miami. And hours later, the motherfucker got arrested for punching the shit out of his daughter. Allegedly. Now, we don't know which daughter it is because he do got two teen daughters. I think a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old. Well, basically was saying that, the little girl was being disrespectful to the grandma or somebody in the house. And he basically punched her out for being disrespectful or whatever. And when they came there, they said the little girl had blood on her t-shirt, blood on her sweatshirt, her pants, and all that stuff. And he only had a $1,500 bond. Mind you, he want to come out and say, he's Jewish. I ain't laughing at it. I'm just like, oh, what they got to do with you putting your hands on your daughter? Allegedly. Because according to him, he didn't do nothing. But where the blood come from? Who punched her in the face? Who busted her face up? And then they had said that basically he got a history of like being a little violent. Him punching glass and everything. I said, ooh. I have no respect for people that hit their kids for no reason. And when I say for no reason, like, there, and this is why people bring in that gentle parenting, and people think especially these days, like, whooping kids is abuse or whatever. I don't necessarily think it's abuse. I do think that to a certain degree it's a discipline, but some people cannot determine or differentiate between a beating and a whooping. In my opinion, you get a little whooping, you get a little pop. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a beating when you take a belt or whatever item that you have around you and you're constantly hitting them multiple times until basically once you're done, it's a bruise on their body. Their body is welted up. That's a beating. And that's abuse. Okay? But, tapping and all that shit, that's fine for me. But if I have kids, I'm not going to whip their ass like that. I got my butt whooped like that to a certain extent, but I never looked at it as beatings or whatever. Like, did I cry? Like, no, I cried because the shit hurt, because you popped me with a fucking, stick or whatever a couple of times, but it was never like to the point where I'm going to school trying to hide the marks on my body. No, it was literally hold your hand out, pop, pop, and that was it, or pop a couple of times on the ass. You know what I'm saying? And that was when I was a kid. Bitch, when I grew, I didn't get whoopings that much. I didn't get popped or discipline like that much. You know what I'm saying? I got yelled at because of stupid shit, but which was deserved. But it didn't never go that far. It didn't never go that far. But yeah, y'all tell me how y'all feel. Diddy. I'm so tired of Diddy at this point. Stevie J had a bus. Diddy got a goddamn luxury jet at this point of women. And honestly, like I've always said, if everybody is in consent and okay with it and cool with it, do what you do, okay? As long as you got consent or whatever. But my thing of it is it for me? Hell no. Because I don't want to share the person that I'm fucking around with a lot of people, okay? He was seen down there in Malibu with another bitch, another woman, okay? Last week it was another influencer. This week is somebody else, okay? And I'm just like, Carisha, you do a lot of protesting and defending and putting up. And the only reason why we bringing up Carisha is because she's the most vocal about it. She's the most vocal about it. They go together real bad. But y'all not together. Y'all single. You know what I'm saying? And again, she's not a side piece. She's just one of many. She's probably the bottom bitch or damn near the bottom. Yeah, I say she the bottom bitch right now. But it's giving pimp vibes without the pimping. You know what I'm saying? It's just sex with him. If you get what I'm saying. Because I'm giving you stuff like he's a sugar daddy. There it is. He's a sugar daddy getting his cake and eating it too, but he providing. Hey, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It's giving community dirty dick. That's what it's giving. It's giving. I just can't do community dick. Well, I can't do dick at all, so that ain't my forte. Whew, thank God. I can't do community pussy either. You giving it to this, that girl, and you being careful. Like, I don't care who you sleep with. Just don't bring that shit over here. I'm not going to judge you. I just don't want no part of it. I mean, you do what you want with your body. Because sometimes, you know, these people doing all that stuff, they're not going to get checked out. And they're not always, most of them are, some of them are not always 100% careful in what they do. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But anyway, and speaking of Diddy, like his twins just had their 16th birthday. I said 16, god damn. Now, I don't want to talk about people's kids, but baby, the kids are dressing real different from what the kids dressed when my little sister was 16 years old. And I'm talking about the youngest one who's about to turn 19 in a couple of weeks. Well, 3 weeks. Actually, a month. Because today is the 20th. Her birthday is on January the 22nd. So literally a month and 2 days. Well, a month and a day because it's almost 12 o'clock. But, girl, I don't know what that was that them kids had on. I don't know what the thing was. It was giving me like Interstellar Galactica or whatever. And if that's the case, okay. But, you know, it was a bit much in the video that I saw. And I'm... Just because I don't... I know they're not my kids or whatever, excuse me. But I just felt, you know, it was a video of them getting their cars or whatever, and the little outfit that they had on. I was just like, they're 16. They're becoming women, most likely already on their cycles and stuff like that. And I just don't like it when young girls look a little bit older than what they are, because even though I'm not sexualizing them, which I would never do, that's disgusting, you have creeps out here who will sexualize them because that's all they do, you know. And then you got the Game 12-year-old daughter. I said, oh my God, that post, honestly, the Game, he put that up there talking about, I can't believe she's 12 and all this stuff. When I looked at that picture and before I looked at the caption, I thought that was a grown-ass woman. He said she 5'9" and she 12, and you know she's overly developed for her age because of her height and all that stuff. But you know some kids do, they get a little bit, they develop real early or whatever. But at the same time, she was dressed a little too grown for me for that 12. Girl, I was just like, she looked 21. She looked a good 21. Maybe 16 or 21. That's how old she looked. She did not look 12 at all. And I was just like, I would not have put that picture up. Because again, you got motherfuckers that's gonna give their opinion like me, and then you got niggas that's and people that predators that's gonna be sexualizing her, and it's just a lot that goes on these days. Let me see if I missed some stuff. Mind you, I'm not chewing on nothing. Niggas are taking plea deals in this fucking Rico case with Young Thug. It is a lot. It is a lot. Y'all heard about the chef that was mad that Lil Wayne had fired her. You know, I think she trying to do a lawsuit, but basically Lil Wayne said you got fired because you breached the fucking privacy contract or whatever. And when I look at her stuff that she be posting, I remember seeing her on TikTok. Every fucking post that she posts is about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's food. Lil Wayne's this. Lil Wayne's that. Baby, nobody outside of the people that you know personally should know that you work for Lil Wayne, bitch. I swear to God, y'all not doing it right. This world is so, the people are so much about clout these days, so much about attention or whatever, and it's just ruining a lot of people's stuff because people don't know how to just do things, do their job, and go. Okay, if you're a chef or something like that, you don't have to, and you working for a celebrity person or anybody that's working for a celebrity, whatever fucking field it is that you're doing, you don't have to always say, well, I'm working with this person today, I'm doing this today, and all this stuff with this person, and I did that for this person, and all this stuff or whatever. You don't have to do that because your work will speak for itself, and then that person who you're working for is going to tell somebody else and be like, yeah, I got this person, whatever. That's how it used to be back in the day. Nowadays, everybody want to go viral for this. Everybody want clout for this. Everybody want attention for this. And then sometimes that shit be fucking backfiring. Y'all saw what the fuck happened to them labor and delivery nurses out there in Emory, right? Saying that icks about the women that's getting birth and their husbands or boyfriends that are there and asking all those questions. And, you know, that opened up a whole can of worms for their asses because a whole bunch of people started coming out saying, these the same motherfuckers that did this and caused this. One lady was like, one of those bitch, the second nurse on the video, helped contribute to allegedly something around the fact something happening to her child that's no longer here. That died in the hospital. I said, oh my God. And there was so many people coming out blasting them with their experiences at that hospital. And I said, see, if you would have kept that shit to yourself, you probably still have your job. Same thing with Miss Gurley. But anyway, this world, most of y'all just about trying to get attention and not the right way. Like I always say, if I ever make it in this world some way, somehow, into something, I don't want it because somebody, or I was kissing somebody's ass, whatever. I want it because somebody saw the hard work that I do, appreciated it, appreciated my personality, appreciated the way that I do things, and I'm not being extra, I'm just being myself. And they took a liking to it. That's it. I don't need nobody trying to impress nobody or nothing. Girl, we just got to be more real. We do. But I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all week. And if this is the last time that you see me, because I don't think, no, Real Housewives is not coming on this Sunday. Because it's Christmas, right? So, some of y'all, this will be the last time that you see me until after Christmas. I hope that y'all have a... hold on. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Y'all knew I wasn't going to leave here without giving y'all a musical number. But yes, I really do hope that y'all have a beautiful Christmas. I do. Enjoy your holiday. Even if you're spending it by yourself, baby, I'm spending mine by myself. I got movies on deck. I got a full fridge. I got my drinks. And I'm finna be chilling, okay? And we're not gonna be sad about it. We're not gonna be distraught about it if we can avoid it, okay? Cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. And I'll see y'all later. Bitch, yes!